New developments tonight in those mysterious lung illnesses linked to e-cigarettes.
Vaping is dangerous.
We can't allow people to get sick, and we can't have our youth be so affected.
As fear about e-cigarette use escalates, the company at the center of the storm is JUUL. Although it has actually not been directly implicated in the reports of death and diseases, and the FDA and other researchers have pointed to off-brand products linked to vaping marijuana, the $38 billion e-cigarette maker dominates the market today. And it got there in part because of its appeal to teenagers.
The first thing that came to my mind was, this is nothing like a cigarette. Looks really sleek, smells good in a way, doesn't hurt your throat because it's just really smooth when you hit it. You can literally JUUL under a desk and not get caught.
We're dealing with a product that is more addictive than any product we've marketed to kids in decades.
You can go to any social group and you will find at least one kid in each group that uses a JUUL.
JUUL isn't just owned by Big Tobacco, it is Big Tobacco today, isn't it, Ms. Gold?
No, I don't agree with that at all.
We're going to respectively disagree.
Even now, people still don't have an idea of what's in it.
Since the first JUUL electronic cigarette launched in June 2015, its widespread appeal has allowed the company to dominate the market.
Did the presenter ever say that JUUL was safe?
Yes.
American kids had almost stopped using tobacco products before e-cigarettes, but from 2017 to 2018, youth tobacco use surged, which caught the attention of regulators. JUUL's marketing tactics came under scrutiny, culminating in multiple investigations and a congressional hearing.
For my classmates who were already vaping, it was a sigh of relief because now they were able to vape without any concern.
We have these mental health seminars at the school. A JUUL representative came in. He would start every sentence by saying, JUUL is completely safe, but we don't want you as customers. He actually pulled his JUUL out of his pocket, showed it to me, and called it the iPhone of vapes.
And my son came home knowing that this was wrong. These are kids who would otherwise not have been initiated into tobacco use.
JUUL didn't run a summer camp, did it?
There were a number of grants that were made to several programs. They were all focused on youth prevention or wellness.
The company said it ended those educational outreach programs in 2018.
JUUL had a different tool than the old cigarette companies had, and that is social media.
JUUL hired me 2 years ago, and I'm in my 30s, so I mean, I do look young, I have tattoos. I don't know, I honestly think that it wouldn't have mattered who promoted it because it looks so cool. It was always gonna speak to that market.
JUUL has since ended its social media promotions, even shutting down its Facebook and Instagram accounts in 2018. But that did not seem to stop young people from voluntarily advertising it to their peers.
I've never seen a JUUL ad, to be 100% honest. I've seen famous people JUUL. A lot of my experience with JUUL come from peer-to-peer.
We don't know, to be honest, the long-term effects yet of folks who are using these electronic nicotine delivery systems. We know that nicotine can be harmful in a lot of ways and increases the risk for addiction and impacts the vasculature and all sorts of other risk factors. And all the reports are very concerning. More and more adolescents, presenting with lung disease or serious other medical consequences, which seem to be linked to their use of these products. And so we're worried that as time goes on, we'll see more and more complications.
JUUL has always positioned itself as a safer alternative to cigarettes, saying its devices contain fewer cancer-causing chemicals. But in September, the FDA cracked down on its claims. The agency warned JUUL to stop marketing itself as less harmful than cigarettes without authorization to do so, threatening fines and product seizures if it continued. Still, some doctors do believe e-cigarettes can offer huge potential for public health.
We may have to accept some addiction, but to a product that doesn't kill you. We have 500,000 smokers in America dying every year from cigarette smoke, not from nicotine.
In September, mounting pressure from concerned parents, as well as reports of vaping-related illnesses, led the Trump administration to draft a plan to remove flavored e-cigarettes from the market.
Teens try new products, and we have deadly cigarettes on the market in every mom and pop store. So to me, it kind of doesn't make sense to remove a much less harmful product from the market while leaving the most lethal product, the cigarette, on the market.
For every one adult who would potentially quit by using an e-cigarette like JUUL, you have 80 kids who will be initiated into the use of tobacco products.
I think my generation is kind of sadly already going to be seen as the generation of damage control because it would be a miracle if kids would stop juuling with the current level of addiction they're at.